What's up? This is Kevin Carnage, and I'm back with another What If. This is what if Takeo Goto was in was the Shield hero. It's gonna be a play on joke. It right in the script. It was a joke, but anyway.
Let's get straight into this. All right, so Takeo Gouda. We all know who Takeo Gouda is. If you don't know, here's the image of him on the screen. So, fairly funny anime with a bit of slice of life in there, a little romance and stuff, and so trying to incorporate Takeo in as the Shield hero will not be as the same because Takeo Goda has his personality, which is different from the guy who actually plays this Shield hero. So we'll get into this as Takeo Goda just finished primary school, I'm guessing, middle school or whatever he did, and he was planning on confessing his love to one of his classmates, and turns out that classmate was interested in his friend. You know that the other one, for us reason why I don't get women. They go for this. But anyway, so he finds out his friends rejected the girl, blah blah blah. It goes isn't canon till he arrives home and he started playing a game, which we'll just say that's the difference here. Start playing the game and he's a little bummed out and little, disappointed because then he stayed the whole year holding in this feeling. Then the television screen start glowing and he finds himself in a circle with three other guys for some reason, which promptly he freaks out like start getting into people's faces, start asking questions and stuff, and they do the meeting thingy, and he prompt. And since the game that Takeo was playing was not similar to this reality he's in, he promptly says the same thing as the other guy, that he haven't heard about the game or anything, he doesn't know anything about it and stuff. So we time skip to the next day. Everyone's aside, getting their party members and stuff. Yeah, party members. And Takeo, as like the other guy, didn't get anyone to join his party. But what would be different here, since Takeo is like, he could get depressed at a blink of an eye, he doesn't, announce that why no one's want to join his party. He just stays quiet. He says all this in his head, and mine still, tries to join. And Takeo thinks she's very cute. Immediately at the bat, he thinks she's cute, and he promptly, accept, the party change and stuff like this. So we get to the training or the battle where they fight this huge balloon thingies. And what would be different is, if y'all know what Takeo Goda is a beast. This is a man who fucking jumped out of a burning building through a motherfucking window for his girlfriend because she didn't want him to die. I'll probably find a way to learn to link. But anyway, so what changes is that Takeo, destroys a whole bunch of these balloons and ranked up faster than even the sword and the spear and the bow hero. He ranked up fucking levels like it was nothing because he just ran through them like, Takeo Goda style. And he didn't even use a shield. This was all with his hands. He took it like it was, popping balloons in. They did all this, and so they went to the shop guy and they bought gears and stuff like that. And we not time skip, but we flash into where they're in the pub, and Mine is drinking, trying to seduce Gouda. But another thing, Gouda is a complete gentleman. He didn't even, not even complete gentleman. Let's scratch that. Gouda is dense as fuck. Just as much, most of us men, we're dense. Gouda take that to if we're dense to like a 9, Gouda take that to a density of 18. So yeah, get that. So Gouda didn't even, paid any mind. He didn't think about it, because then he hasn't been interacting with girls for as long as he's alive. So, and all the other girls he tried interacting with not even rejected him to his face. They had to tell his friend, and but anyway, so Takeo Gouda then proceeds to go to bed and blah blah blah. But this, not any of that. Put the change here, put the change here. Takeo is dumb, plain it dumb. So he doesn't even take off the stuff he bought recently. He didn't even take those off. So Mai has no chance of stealing his his newly bought suit and shit. In so, but what happened? She still lies about being raped, and so Takeo Gouda is hauled off the fucking judge and jury at a motherfucking. But anyway, I shouldn't be cussing. And he gets the same treatment as in canon. Basically, he gets shunned and shamed. But the spirit thing that they did, nah, they didn't do that. Everyone's afraid of him. And the reason why they don't believe him is because he's the shield hero. Even though he's saying he didn't do this shit, he didn't, So here is where we're going to be changing Takeo's personality a little bit, because we need the story to. The script I wrote is not gonna fly. That shit was that shit. So I'm doing this off head. So no homo. So enjoy. So he promptly leaves and stuff. He gets the treatment from the villagers or from the town, as he's like a rapist or some shit. And he goes to train and stuff like this. But remember, Takeo Gouda by himself is a monster. So this training is just for him to burn off steam, seeing that he's not going to harm people. He's not that type of. Scratch that. In the first episode, he fucking knocked the dude off his feet, bang into it, and on top in a fucking police station. Never mind. Too much explanation about that. Takeo Gouda is a monster. So he goes, he trains, he blobs, people treat him like shit. He lost some fucking weight because barely eating. And he has the money, he has like stuff, but people just refuse to sell him because of Mine's little bitch ass. Whew. If I was in that anime, she would have gotten fucked. You see, when they were going to slit her throat, I wouldn't have stopped that shit. I would have watched. I would have put up some fucking a chair and some popcorn. But anyway, so the only person who actually believes Takeo in this situation is the shopkeeper, who promptly gave him, the garb and stuff in other stuff. So we time skip to when he's in a pub in Gouda got approached by 3 bandits who were disguising themselves as adventurers, trying to be his party members. And because of the weight loss, people are not intimidated of him anymore. They're still afraid of him because he has that height above. Nigga be tall, like real tall. And I could say a nigga because Takeo Gouda's father is a nigga. So he's half a nigga. So anyway, so yeah, he gets to the, then they talk and blah blah blah. Takeo is quite a little bit excited because then he hasn't been talking to anyone for what seemed to be forever in his head, and he's happy. And they went into an alley, but it was a fucking trap. We all know it was a trap. The anime You could even see it in the anime before even it was revealed. No, not even a spoiler. It was just dead on. And so they went into the alley. They promptly got a few hits in on Takeo because of how he is. And he then realized, oh, you guys are trying to rob me. Don't y'all know who I am? I'm Takeo motherfucking Gouda, the shield hero, nigga. You know, oh, I got too inspired just now. I felt the Takeo spirit. Or whatever he does, but he likes yelling. That nigga yells a lot. But anyway, so he then, figured that he's gonna get robbed, so he actually started doing some shit and pummeling these guys into the dust and be like, years of frustration, y'all gonna take this shit. And he be boom, 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 take that, you skinny son of a bitch. Why your nose so long? Pow, pow. I mean, anyway, and so he does that, and he was then approached by the slave trader, and where we're gonna change off his girlfriend. There's a picture here on the screen. I can't remember her name at the moment, but his girlfriend, instead of Raftalia is going to be in this anime, but his girlfriend is the one who's in the cage that he's going to get as an assistant for this moment. So yeah, right now let's start the story. So the slave trader approaches him and blah blah blah, and tells him that you can get a slave. It will help you out with your day to day. Seeing that you can't hold a weapon, you can train her or some blah 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 to help you out train with a weapon. And he then gets convinced by the slave trader, and he has a little backdrop because then he's been betrayed this entire time. So he's like keeping his guard up this time. He ain't gonna win that shit. He got punched in the face for no reason by a skinny nigga. No. So they go in and he shows off his most powerful and most expensive slave to Takeo. Takeo being like, a little bit of a, money grabber a bit, says that, you're going to show me your greatest fucking monster, knowing that you're slave, knowing that I don't have that type of money. He says like, and the guy says something like, yeah, I have a nose for these type of things. You're going to be my best customer. I bet you be back here in a week getting another slave. You know what I mean? Anyway, just spoilers for when he's going to get a rough out there. Yay, in a week. But anyway, so he goes and he shows off the slaves. And here he meets that girl in the anime. What's her name? Miss Yamato. Yeah, she goes and he meets Yamato. He doesn't meet Yamato. Yamato is actually a slave there. So he meets Yamato and instantly bloop, that spark thingy they did in the train happens. Instead of in the train, she's in a cell and he's the shield hero. You feel my drift? You feel my coup drift? So the slave trader tells Takeo that this one is a bit clumsy and she's only for your eye candy and stuff, so she's not fit for combat or whatever Takeo was planning. But you could do some stuff to her. And Takeo blushes and shits like that, and proceeded to buy Miss Yamato. I'm gonna say Miss Yamato, because then that's what Gouda calls her in the anime. I hope y'all gonna understand it, because then here are the pictures of the two of them together. Can you see? Yeah, use your imagination for the rest. Anyway, so Takeo Gouda gets her out. He buys her, gets her out, puts her, gives her clothing, feeds her, and he ain't gonna use her for combat. He bought her. He loves her, but anyway, we know he loves her, but not right now. In his head, he bought her to go do some shopping, get some proper nutrition up in this bitch and stuff, and About a couple of days passed, Rough Dahlia, Miss Yamato is looking a little bit healthier. She wasn't sick, but she just looked like, she wasn't eating at that right moment. But anyway, we're going to be ending this off right here because I want to keep it fresh. I like to keep my action part of the story in the second part, get it like lively and stuff. But anyway, hope you all enjoy this one. I would like to do a beatbox right now, but I can't. So you could just go listen to me ramble and probably call out to my cat. Nobuna! Nobuna! Anyway, this is Kevin Carnage, and I'll see you in the next one. Holla!